it is the transparent ticketing process. The price that you see is the price that you get. It's not one of those where you see the price and by the time you get to checkout, all of a sudden it's twice as to what it was before, because you had this fee and that fee and this fee and that fee. So to me, that is the fan's first approach. The price you see is the price you get. It's going to be a better price than you can get anywhere, and it's access to every major live event in the country, whether that's sporting events at all the 4 major pro sports, including MLS, live concerts, other events. We'll have relationships with every team, every sports venue, both on the primary market and the secondary ticketing market. It's something we're very excited about, and yet another connection that the Sports Illustrated brand can have with fans.
Do you think that, Drew, that the fans themselves will embrace this quickly? I mean, I understand Sports Illustrated is a powerful brand, but we talk about the market dominance that Ticketmaster has had there, and a lot of people are just, let's just face it, kind of set in their ways here. How ripe do you think right now the demand is for this?
Well, I think it's ripe just because there's never been a greater thirst for live events. And at the end of the day, we're going to be right next to a lot of those big players in the ticketing marketplace. And we just ask fans that they're going to have options, right? And we feel like we are the best option because of everything that we've just said. It's a transparent pricing process. What you see is what you get. And we have built-in fan experiences that we will continue to evolve and generate alongside our great partners, both event venues and with teams, to continue to build the fan experience. Imagine an opportunity for fans to be able to take a picture from some of the greatest moments that they've had at live sporting events, being able to send it to Sports Illustrated as a result of being in our network, and all of a sudden they get the picture of a Sports Illustrated cover sent to them with the picture from that event that they were just in attendance at as a memory and a keepsake. There are certain things that we can do for our fans that the others can't.
So, David, talk to me a little bit about the value proposition for the company itself. Basically, how do you make money? Obviously, there has to be something baked in there to make this a profitable venture.
Sure. There's margin in every ticket that's sold across all of the marketplaces. Our competitors at this point are focused on the transaction fee line item and adding 25 to 30%. What our customers are seeing from the time they come onto the site is an all-in price. And so we'll have margin built into that ticket from the moment they see it for the first time to the moment that they pay when they check out. That entire view that we have of transparency and maintaining credibility, it's who we've been for 70 years. You trust Sports Illustrated. There's nothing that we would do differently than to make sure that fans are seeing and be educated. I mean, Look, how many tickets have you bought? You're going to pay the price that you're willing and afford and that you can afford to pay. So why not give that to you at the very top of the funnel? And that's exactly how we've approached this. From the moment you see the price, that is exactly what you're going to pay when you check out.
And I think a lot of people want that transparency, not just with ticketing, but with honestly everything that they buy. David, just to follow up on that, though, are you competing on price with Ticketmaster and some of the other providers, or is that not really the concern or part of the business model?
Always. We have to be competitive, and we are. And so we're competing not just with Ticketmaster, every single ticket marketplace that is out there. And so we're always having to maintain a competitive market. But we are a marketplace that's bringing buyers and sellers together. The seller is determining what they think the fair market value of that ticket is. The buyer is determining what they can afford and are willing to pay. They're going to shop. They're going to be educated. Mm-hmm. But just like any other retail marketplace, bringing the two parties together, it's up to those two parties to come to an agreement. And Sports Illustrated tickets can create a transparent, credible, all-in pricing type of experience that today our competitors are not yet matching. We do think, as you mentioned, junk fee legislation, state attorney generals, all of the activity that's going around the live event markets and banking market and travel and hospitality. We think transparency is coming, and we're all going to benefit from it.
Understood. So, Drew, let me ask you. You invest in a number of companies. You've got quite the portfolio with investments in restaurant chains, theme parks, a lot of consumer-facing type businesses. How did you get involved with Sports Illustrated Tickets, not just as a brand ambassador, but as an investor as well? How much of the brand name of Sports Illustrated was a draw?
It was a huge draw. First and foremost, anything that I do from an investment perspective has to be authentic. It has to be with people that I want to be in business with, brands that I want to represent, that share the mission, vision, and values that I have for my life and the things that I want to put my time and energy towards. I think that right off the bat, I recognized the leadership that was in place with David at SI Tickets, but certainly the credibility and the iconic brand name that is behind SI Tickets. Sports Illustrated has been a brand that I think all of us is resonated with all of us for our entire lives. Ever since I was a kid, I always hoped and dreamed that I would be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. It was the cover of Sports Illustrated and the Wheaties box, right? Those are my two goals as a kid. I remember getting SI Kids, the publication, when I was a kid and just reading it cover to cover, right? And just dreaming that somehow, some way, someday I'd have that opportunity. I had the chance to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated 8 times, and it's been an absolute dream come true. And so now, full circle moment, the opportunity to get involved with Sports Illustrated in a bigger way with the SI Tickets platform and with the leadership that's in place with David Lane and the team he's put together, and just the marketplace that we're having a chance to enter into to really represent fans and give them the absolute best experience for the best price.
I am wondering how we make this experience a little bit more personal. And I think you kind of touched on that with being able to take pictures and things like that and upload them. I feel like that's missing a big part of it. And I feel like with my children, they don't have the same experience I had. I would just hang out at Wrigley Field and you just literally stand right there and the players walk right by and you interact with them and you just don't get that anymore.
One of my greatest memories as a kid was going to a St. Louis Cardinals game and watching Ozzie Smith do backflips going out to field ground balls during pregame, and then he came over, and that was my first autograph ever. Was an Ozzie Smith autograph on the inside of my glove. So yeah, I'm with you, and I think that we're doing everything we can at SI Tickets to bring back the fan experience. We have some really exciting partnerships that we will be announcing very soon with organizations like the Patriots and others where we will be the official fan experience for those teams and for those venues, trying to build in those moments for fans where it's not just about the game, but it's about the connectivity to the player, to the organization, to the venue, everything that we can to have families, both adults and kids, walking away saying, that was one of the most incredible memories and something that just makes them a fan for life.